Good morning everyone. So let us start our class. So in the last class we have discussed the polar form and we have done one question, okay, from question number 1A. So let me do one more question from A. Number H I am doing. So what is the question? You have to determine what? The amplitude, right? So number 1, number H I am doing. 2 plus I divided by 3 minus I whole square. This is the question. So now what to do? Solution. At first you take this one, you simplify this and you convert it into what? A plus IB form. Okay, you have to do that, okay, because otherwise you can't tell in which quadrant it will lie. So at first simplify. So solution, let me write, let Z will be equal to what? 2 plus I by 3 minus I whole square. Now if I keep on simplifying this one, this will become 2 plus I whole square divided by 3 minus I whole square, right? So this is A minus B whole square, 3 square 9, then again plus I square, that is minus 1, then minus 2 3 ja 6I. A square minus twice AB plus B square, okay, but since it is I square, so it will become minus 1. Okay, directly I am doing, you can not do directly. If you want, you can do step by step. Over here also 2 square is 4 plus I square, that is minus 1, and then plus 2 2 ja 4I. Okay. Now after solving this one, I will get 4 minus 1 is 3 plus 4I. 9 minus 1 is 8 minus 6I. Okay. 8 minus 6I. So now if I rationalize this one, what will I get after rationalizing? Which is equal to 3 plus 4I into 8 plus 6I. If you want, you can take 2 common from here. The rationalization will become simple. Okay. If you want, you can take 2 common. I will not take 2 common over here. So this will become 8 minus 6I into 8 plus 6I. Done. So in below you will get 8 is just 64 minus B square is what? 36I square minus 36I square. I square is minus 1, so this will become what? Plus 36. Always it will become plus, okay? 64 plus 36. And over here 8 3 ja is 24 plus, let me write the real part together, 8 3 ja is 24 and 6 4 ja is what? 4 6 ja 24. I square is there, so minus 4 6 ja 24. Okay, so real part gone, it will become 0, it will become purely imaginary number. Then what is next? Imaginary part, 6 3 ja is 18I and then plus 8 4 ja is 32I. Done. Okay, so over here 64 plus 36 is 100. This part cancelled, 24 minus 24 cancelled, and over here 32 42 52 50, right? This is 50I. So 0 0 cancel, 5 1 ja 5, 5 2 ja 10. So what I have got is equal to I by 2. So what is that? Z is a purely imaginary number, what? I by 2, which I can write like that, 0 comma what? 1 by 2. This will lie in which quadrant? This will not lie in any quadrant. This will lie in where? Positive y-axis. This is a purely imaginary number, right? Where you will plot 0 comma 1 by 2? In the positive imaginary axis, right? 0 comma 1 by 2 over here. So you will write lies in positive y-axis. Okay. You can say, you can write lies in positive y-axis. So now what you can say, if it lies in positive y-axis, what is the value of theta? Directly I can write, okay. So therefore, what will be theta? Therefore, theta will be equal to, if it lies in positive y-axis, or you can say positive imaginary axis, okay. If you want, you can write imaginary axis, positive imaginary axis, okay. Positive y-axis or positive imaginary axis. It is better if you write imaginary axis only. So what is the value of theta if it lies in positive imaginary axis? The point lies over here. Then the value of theta is what? Pi by 2 or 90 degree. So what will be the amplitude of this? Therefore amplitude of 2 plus I by 3 minus I, 2 plus I by 3 minus I whole square is there, right? 2 plus I by 3 minus I whole square will be what? The AMP of 2 plus I by 3 minus I whole square will be what? Pi by 2. Understood? So your answer is what? Pi by 2. So simply this way you have to do, okay? Now next number 2, others you can do by yourself, okay? Rest of the question you can do by yourself. So now let us see number 2. One question I will do from number 2 only, okay? Write the polar form of each of the complex numbers. So what is the polar form? The polar form is r cos theta plus I sin theta. So what we need? Polar form is what? R and theta form. So we need the value of r and theta, okay, from this. So I am doing number 1, number E, okay. Others you do by yourself. Number 2, number E. Question number 2, number E. What is Z? Z is equal to, let Z will be equal to what? Minus 3 root 2 plus I3 root 2 plus I3 root 2. Okay. So Z equal to minus 3 root 2 plus I3 root 2. I have to find what? R and theta, because polar form is R and theta form, right? So at first I need R and theta. I'll write the quadrant at first. So this will be equal to what? Quadrant ki hoga yaha minus 3 root 2 comma 3 root 2, right? Which I can say in what? Lies in second quadrant, right? Lies in second quadrant. So second quadrant of theta value ki hoga? Theta is pi minus alpha. Okay, pi minus alpha. So now let me first find R. What is R? R was modulus of Z, right? Modulus of this. I have to find modulus of this. So now R will be equal to, you can say, what was modulus of Z? Root over x square plus y square. Means if the complex number is x plus iy, then it will become x square plus y square. That means minus 3 root 2 square plus 3 root 2 square. So which will become what? Which will be equal to 3 square is 9. 9 to ja 18. So 18 plus 18. 18 plus 18 is what? 36. So what is the value of R? The value of R is what? Oh, sorry. The value of R is 6. The value of R is 6. Now I need what? Theta. Now how to find theta? Already in question number 1 we have done. How to find theta? Same process. This lies in what? Second quadrant. So now what will I find at first? So now I need alpha, right? Because theta is what? Pi minus alpha. So tan of alpha, because in that second quadrant, the triangle, whatever it will form, the angle will be what? Alpha angle, right? That is 180 degree minus theta. That is the alpha angle. So tan alpha will be what? Equal to mod of y by mod of x. What is mod of y? Modulus of 3 root 2. Modulus of 3 root 2 divided by modulus of x, the real part, that is minus 3 root 2. So which implies tan of alpha will be equal to 3 root 2 by 3 root 2, which is nothing but what? Which is nothing but our 1. So which implies tan of alpha will be equal to 1. Now what is the value of 1 with respect to 10? With respect to 10, what is the value of 1? 1 is 45 degree, right? Or if I write in radian, then I will say tan of pi by 4. So therefore my alpha is what? The angle is pi by 4. So now what will be my theta? Theta will be pi minus alpha. Okay, let me write once. Pi minus alpha. So which is equal to pi minus pi by 4 is nothing but what? 3 pi by 4. Therefore, what we said, write the polar form of Z. Therefore, the polar form is, therefore the polar form is, what was R? R was 6, right? Right? Z will be equal to 6 cos theta, what is theta? 3 pi by 4 plus I sin theta, that is 3 pi by 4. So this is the polar form of this question. So same way you do rest of the question from question number 2. Okay. Now let us see question number 3. Express the following complex number in the polar form. The complex number is already in the polar form. You see, already theta is there. Only you have to arrange it. Okay. Number 1, sin 30 degree plus I cos 30 degree. I cos 30 degree. So what is the polar form? The polar form is R cos theta plus I sin theta. Is it exactly same? If you see closely, I always remains with sin theta, but here it is opposite. Okay. If I write like this, then this is sin of 30 degree plus I cos of 30 degree. So this part is opposite. And what is R? I have to write R also, R and theta. So very simple, R into cos theta plus I sin theta, right? So there can only be one number, that is what? 1 into. So R is already got. Okay, R we already have, that is 1. The value of R is over here 1. Now simply we have to just in place of sin, I need cos, and cos or jagah mein lage sin lage. Okay. So solution, what will I do over here? So how to bring sine, how to make sine cos? There are two functions, right? 90 degree. Okay, because 1 into 90 degree odd number, if you multiply, if it is the odd number is there before 90 degree, then sine will become what? Cos, right? So that thing we will do, and similarly cos will become what? Sine. Now since this is less than 90 degree, so I will use 90 degree minus theta property. Okay, so I will say sine, I can write 90 degree minus 60 degree. 90 minus 60 ki hoga 30. So I have changed to sine 90 degree minus theta formula. Okay, plus I cos 90 degree minus 60 degree. Done. So this will change to what? Sine 90 degree minus theta is what? What is the formula of sine 90 degree minus theta ki hoy? Cos theta hoy. And similarly cos 90 degree minus theta ki hoy? Sin theta hoy. So this will change to what? Cos sine 90 degree minus theta. This is the theta. So it will become cos 60 degree, cos theta. Plus similarly this will become I sin 60 degree. Only one thing is left, that is R. So I will get 1 into cos 60 degree plus I sin 60 degree. Done. Which is in the required polar form. Okay. R and theta. R is 1, theta is what? 60 degree. Understood? Now let us see number 2. Number 3, number 2, let us see. Ki diya se sin 150 degree minus I cos 150 degree. Sin 150 degree minus I cos 150 degree. So similar kind of problem. Okay, prothomot sin diya ase, pisot cos diya ase. I will remain only with sin. Okay, so similar kind of problem. Now don't worry about this minus sign. Okay, minus nije nije guchi jabo. Minus nije nije guchi jabo. So solution. Now since the angle is more than 90 degree, so I will use the property 90 degree plus theta. So sin, I can write 90 degree plus how much? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 60, right? 60 degree minus I cos 90 degree plus 60 degree. Done. Okay, so now what? Which is equal to sin 1 into 90, right? Odd number is there. So sin 90 degree plus theta will be what? Cos theta. That means cos 60 degree. Okay, and this will be in which quadrant? Second quadrant. So in second quadrant, sin is what? Positive. ASTC rule. Okay, sin is positive in second quadrant. Now next, okay, minus is there, so minus I cos 90 degree plus theta, again 1 into 90 degree, so odd number, so cos will change to what? Sin 60 degree. Now the problem is what? Over here, in which quadrant it is? 150 degrees in second quadrant only, no? So in second quadrant only sin is positive. This is the ASTC rule. ASTC means all is positive over here. Only sine and cosec is positive, the reciprocal of sine, that means sine is positive. Only tan and its reciprocal is positive, and over here cos and its reciprocal is positive. So in second quadrant ki hoga amar sine positive hoga, cos to negative hoga here. Only sine is positive. So one minus sign will come, that minus minus will become what? Plus. So it will change directly to plus. No need to worry about this minus. Okay, so only one thing is left, that is what? 1 into cos 60 degree plus I sin 60 degree, and this is the answer. Now let us see number 3. Cos 70 degree plus I cos 20 degree. Cos 70 degree plus I cos how much? 20 degree. So now you see, the first part is correct, the real part is. Cos will only stay at first. Okay, only the problem is where over here. Sin it should stay. So I will apply the formula over here. Less than 90 degree. So 90 degree minus theta. Okay. So cos 70 degree plus I cos, what is 20? 90 minus 70 is 20, right? So this will be equal to cos 70 degree plus I, what is cos 90 degree minus theta? This is what? Sorry, sin theta. Sin 70 degree. And this is in which quadrant? First quadrant. So everything is positive in first quadrant. A, S, T, C, all is in first quadrant. So it will be positive. So cos 70 degree plus I sin 70 degree. Only one step is left. 1 into cos 70 degree plus I sin 70 degree. So this is in the polar form. So number 3 done. Let us see question number 4. Okay. Question number 4 is a property proof, but example is given, means the value of Z1 and Z2 is given. You see in page number 82. In page number 82, you will get property 1, property 2, and property 3. So you go through this property. Okay. Directly the property proof may also come without giving any value of Z1 and Z2. So once you go through the property, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay. So now let us see question number 4. Easy question. And Z1 or Z2 value diya ase, so simple calculation korbo lage. Okay. So I will do number 2. Okay, number 2 is slightly complicated than number 1. Number 1 is very simple. You will get the value of alpha very easily. But in number 2, the value of alpha, there is a simple trigonometric puzzle is there. Okay. So I will do number 2. Number 4, number 2. What is given? 1 plus I root 3 minus I. Okay. 1 plus I and root 3 minus I. You have to prove what? That amplitude of Z1, Z2 is equal to, if it is product, then it will become sum. Amplitude of Z1 plus amplitude of Z2. Okay. So you consider this as Z1 and this as Z2. So let done. Z1 and Z2 done. Now at first, what you have to find? Amplitude of Z1, Z2. So at first, let us find Z1, Z2. What is Z1, Z2? Okay. So now Z1, Z2 will be equal to 1 plus I root 3 minus I. So 1 into root 3 is root 3. Then minus I, 1 into minus I, then plus I root 3, and then plus minus I square. So root 3 minus I square is minus 1, minus minus will become plus. So root 3 plus 1, and over here, if I take, I will let I root 3 minus I. Okay. Now if I write in A plus IV form, then this is root 3 plus 1 plus I root 3 minus 1. Okay. So what is the coordinate? The coordinate is root 3 plus 1 comma root 3 minus 1. Now root 3 is positive number 1.732 plus 1. This is a positive value. 1.732 approximately minus 1. It will also become 0.732, something like that. Okay. So this is what? This is a positive value. So in which quadrant? Lies in first quadrant. Okay, lies in which quadrant? First quadrant, right? So if it lies in first quadrant, so let us find theta will be equal to what? Alpha, right? Theta will be equal to alpha. Okay, we know the formula. So now let us find that one. Alpha means tan of alpha. Same thing, whatever it will become alpha, that will be your theta, because alpha and theta are in the same triangle itself. Okay, so tan alpha will be equal to what? Modulus of root 3 minus 1 by root 3 plus 1, which implies tan alpha will be equal to, what is modulus of root 3 minus 1? Simply root 3 minus 1, because it is a positive value, so same thing, root 3 minus 1 will become, and this will become root 3 plus 1. Even if you bring root over, if you remove the modulus and you bring root over, so whole square it will stay, so square and root will cancel out, root 3 minus 1, now root 3 plus 1 will stay. So now how to solve this part? You see, tan alpha, over here I will write root 3 minus 1, and this is what, root 3 plus 1. I will bring this 1 at front and then plus root 3. Okay, you can do shortcut also, but right now I am doing all the steps. Next, what I will do, next, tan alpha root 3 minus 1 and then 1 plus root 3 into 1. I can do this one, 1 plus root 3 into 1, done. Okay, so now you see, which implies tan alpha will be equal to root 3. I can write what, tan of 60 degree, tan 60 degree is what, root 3, or else I can say, what is 60 degree in terms of radian? It is pi by 3, that is tan of pi by 3 minus, what is 1? It is a tan 45 degree, in radian it will become what, tan of pi by 4, tan of pi by 4, 1 will remain as 1 only, because we are trying to match this with the formula of tan a minus b. Okay, what is root 3? Root 3 is tan of pi by what, 3, 60 degree, into what is 1? This is tan of pi by 4. So what is this formula? Tan a minus tan b, 1 plus tan a tan b. So this formula is of what, tan a minus b. What is your a? Pi by 3 minus pi by 4. That is 60 degree minus 45 degree. How much you will get? 15 degree. 15 degree is what? 15 degree is pi by 12. Okay, pi by 12. So which implies tan alpha will be equal to tan 12. 4 pi minus 3 pi will be what? Pi. So pi by 12, that is 15 degree. So therefore alpha will be equal to what? Pi by 12. Now in which quadrant it was? It was in the first quadrant, right? So therefore what will be theta? Or I can say therefore AMP Z1 Z2 will be equal to what? Simply pi by what? 12. AMP Z1 Z2 will be equal to what? Pi by 12. Okay. Okay, this one done. AMP Z1 Z2, so this is equation 1. Now let us find separately AMP of Z1 by what? AMP of Z2. Okay, AMP of Z1 by AMP of Z1 plus AMP of Z2. So what was our Z1? Now Z1 was equal to 1 plus I, right? 1 plus I, which I can write as equal to 1 comma 1, which is in which quadrant? Lies in first quadrant, right? First quadrant. Lies in first quadrant. So again you write tan alpha. Tan alpha will be equal to mod of y by mod of x, that is mod of 1 by mod of 1, which is equal to what? 1, which is equal to tan of 45 degree, that is what? Pi by 4. So therefore alpha is equal to what? Pi by 4. Now this is in first quadrant, so theta is equal to what? Alpha. So I can say therefore theta, which is equal to AMP of what? Nothing but Z1. This will be equal to what? So alpha, right? So what is alpha? Pi by 4. Okay. Next, what is Z2? What is our Z2? Z2 is root 3 minus, root 3 minus I. Again, Z2 is equal to what? Root 3 minus I. So in coordinate it will become root 3 comma what? Minus 1. Which quadrant? This is fourth quadrant, right? Positive, negative, fourth quadrant. x coordinate is positive, real coordinate is positive, and imaginary coordinate is negative. So what fourth quadrant? X coordinate, y coordinate, fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant, theta amplitude is equal to what? Theta is equal to minus of alpha. Okay. So again, let us find what alpha. What will be the alpha? So now again, tan of alpha will be equal to modulus of minus 1 by modulus of root 3, which implies tan of alpha will be equal to 1 by root 3. What is 1 by root 3? Tan 30 degree. 30 degree means what? Pi by 6. So therefore, alpha is equal to what? Pi by 6. So therefore, theta, which is equal to AMP, amplitude of Z2 will be equal to what? Minus of pi by 6. It is minus of alpha, right? So this is minus of pi by 6. So now what we have to do? AMP of Z1 plus AMP of Z2. It should match with what? AMP of Z1, Z2. So now AMP Z1 plus AMP Z2. This will be equal to what? This will be equal to pi by 4 plus minus pi by 6. Okay? Pi by 4 minus pi by 6. So what is the LCM of 4 and 6? Obviously 12, right? LCM is what? 12. So 4, 3 minus 6, 2. So which is equal to what? Which is equal to pi by 12. Give this as equation 2. Now what we can say from 1 and 2? Simple. You can write the answer. From 1 and 2 we can say that from 1 and 2 we can say that AMP of Z1, Z2 is equal to AMP of Z1 plus AMP of Z2. This is the answer. So very simple. When the value of Z1 and Z2 is given, so it is very easy to find out. Okay. So this was little bit complicated because of that part. How to find that root 3 minus 1 by root 3 plus 1. Rest question number 1 is very simple. Question number 5 exactly same. Only what is there? Z1 by Z2. Over here we have done Z1 into Z2. Over here Z1 by Z2. Z1 by Z2 hole ki koribo lagbo? Rationalize koribo lagbo. Okay. So it will become little bit long, but others everything same, and no problem to find the alpha angle. Okay, you will get the alpha angle very easily. Only in this question that 15 degree concept is there. Okay, root 3 minus 1 by root 3 plus 1. Baki sab okay. So today we will stop here. Almost this exercise done, and then we will move to next exercise. Okay, so you will see the property 1, property 2, property 3. I think that's why exam आता है property के topic. So that's all for today's class. Thank you.